Yo, quick, I just have to say this because I know my mom's gonna end up finding this video somehow. Sorry that this is the way you have to find out about these experiences. I love you. I'm sorry. I went to Humber for television and film production.
Yeah.
I beat out all these kids, got into it, and then like just bought a camera. I would just bring my camera and then like just started taking pictures. Like, yo, like, I fuck with this. Yo, this girl flashed us earlier. My mind is distorted, so it's just like, this is how I see shit sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Blaring music, and I'm just like literally dancing. To do 5 tabs. Shoulders, I don't know why, but I needed to cry so bad. Good evening.
Okay.
How's it going, everybody? I went to Humber for television and film production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just turned into this visual artist thing, or?
Yeah, like, so like in high school, I had videography class. So like I kind of did a bit there, and like that's what made me want to go to Humber for television and film production.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard to get into, to be honest with you. Had to like write an essay after I got like granted permission into it. So
Yeah.
beat out all these kids, got into it, and then like just bought a camera just to be out at school. You know what I mean? Just like fuck around with the camera. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, of course.
initially I wanted it to do like videos and stuff, but like whenever like me and my friends like go out to like take walks and like sesh or whatever,
Yeah.
I would just bring my camera and then like just started taking pictures. Like, yo, like I fuck with this. And then I told you like that one time when like I went to that party.
Yeah, in their first interview.
Yeah, and then I just started taking pictures of the party. And I was like, yo, like this is sick.
Yeah.
People like this, and then like reference like last night's party, how like his style is, and it's just like
Man.
easy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably good at taking pictures of the party because like you're like right in the element of it. Like you're young, you're in the party, you're vibing. Like you when you go into a place, you're actually partying, so you probably capture it like perfectly because of that.
Yo, for real. Like even to like to kind of like jump off of that. So like when I was back in London, like when I bought my vape,
Yeah.
like that night that I was at the club, like I have my camera in there, drinking with my buddies, whatever, like having a good time. Like the girls are there too, because like I have some friends like from back home, like went up there, so like we always stay like their place or whatever, right?
True.
And like I see the guy like photographer for the club like going around taking pictures, just like no, like not really like having a buzz or anything, just like carrying around this big camera with like a light on, and I just have like my Can Rebel, like
Yeah.
I mean nothing too fancy, like doesn't have a big light, nothing. He's like just taking like still like clear pictures of everyone, like yeah, like that stuff's fun, but like we're just chilling, and then like my buddy comes over, he's like, yo, this girl flashed us earlier. And I was like, nah, no way. So he goes over to him, he's like, yo, my buddy doesn't believe that like you flashed us all earlier. Flashes us right there. And I was just like, yo, you mind if I take a picture? She's like, yeah, go for it. Flashes us again, and then her friend like grabs her from behind, and like I get like a couple pictures from there, and then like I just see like the photographer from the club like walk by, and he's just like, fuck, why can't I take pictures like that? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, hey, shit, man, that's the way she goes.
That's crazy. That was like what your first party that you did?
That's like, man, I always like bring my camera like with me like everywhere I go now.
True.
So like I do like I did a bunch this past summer. I shot for like this club called like It's Live.
Okay.
Like in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
I was with like this selective group of people, and like we started running our own club called Come With Friends in St. Catharines. I did that for a bit, and then in the summer I also brought my camera out to like this club called like Mansion, and like
I heard of
like Mansion Wednesdays. Everyone loves to go out to Mansion. It's like dollar beers. Like everyone goes out to Mansion, so I would just used to bring like my small little Sony, take like pictures of people there. People will love it. You know what I mean? It's just like I always take like club or like party photos.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that dude that you saw with the big camera. He's probably taking like the regular pictures that you usually see in the club, like the night after.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the club, but like those pictures when you're actually in it, like partying, the sloppy pictures,
the sloppy pictures, the candids, the wild ones. It's like, oh shit,
like that's the real highlight of the club. You know what I mean?
Like, I feel like that's what sets myself apart from people. It's just like, I don't know, I hate like talking about it because I sound cocky, but like I just know it's like a fact. Like I don't know, like my like shit. It's like I'm not just like a photographer. Like I'm literally like a vibe within myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like just me being at the scene. It's just like me having a good time, and then like with the camera, just like captures the moments. Like adds another element to like who I am. It's just like,
exactly.
Yo, this is what sets me apart from
It's almost
everyone
like
else is doing this.
Yeah, it's almost like when you're taking pictures that it's like you're capturing what you went through in the party. You know what I mean? Like more so than just through your lens, but like that's how you saw. Because like I see sometimes you do certain edits to photos. You know what I mean? And it looks a little warped or distorted.
Yeah, I like it looking distorted, man.
Yeah,
because it's like it's not supposed to be like something like perfect. Like, you know what I mean? It's like not everything in this world is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you look back at last night, like what do you really remember? Do you remember this clear photo right here, or was it like blurry, like how you see in this picture? Was it distorted like this?
That's
Were
true.
you this fucked up? Like, is that what it actually looked like? You never know, right? So
that's a good point, right? Like you're seeing it through whatever you were under the influence of, whether it was just the night or a good drink or whatever it was. But yeah, it's really cool. Had you I know we talked about it before a little bit, but how'd you get into the whole making things distorted and weird and just not the clear picture that people are used to?
You ever heard of the app Visco?
Visco? No.
Okay, so like initially this app was like made to be like a photo editing app.
Okay.
And like it's like a Tumblr in a sense, but it's more like blog type. And like initially like the app was made for like people to go on there, put their photos on, and like it's a great editing program for photos.
Okay.
So like before I wouldn't have like Adobe or anything. I was just like, screw it. I'd upload my pictures onto my Mac. I edit it right on like the editor on Mac.
Yeah.
And then from that I'd edit it in Visco. And like I always like put the clarity up and like stuff like that. Like always like maximize my clarity.
Yeah.
Like just like make it like defined, like, you know what I mean? Just to give it like that different effect. And like, yeah, just like from kind of like doing like editing off of like free programs, I guess. Like without like actually like moving things around like you do in Photoshop or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like where it kind of came from. And it was
really?
just like, I don't know. I just kind of evolved and like I got Adobe and started to use like Lightroom. I don't usually use like Photoshop that much to like edit my pictures.
Yeah.
I kind of just like to leave it like the way it is and then like just distort it like from there on.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. I like vibrant colors and stuff too, because like I'm like I don't know. I could say that, like I'm a spiritual enthusiast or like a vibes person. Like I've done my fair share of psychedelics. So like that is like a good indicator or point off for like me to get to.
True.
Like I don't know. I just like kind of like reference back to that. So it's like, oh shit. Okay, this is kind of like what inspires me to make things a little distorted. You know what I mean? Like my mind's distorted, so it's just like this is how I see shit sometimes.
Yeah. Right. True. I didn't know you had any experience with psychedelics.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I've had like a pretty decent amount, man. Like I know myself like extremely well, like inside and out.
Like psilocybin or?
Like psilocybin, Lucy.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones will they take the veil off, right?
Yeah, man. I actually referencing back to that girl that we were talking about earlier.
True.
That made things difficult to start off last year doing this photo thing, but like
shout out.
No, great girl though. Yo, I'm gonna tell you like the story of how I realized like I was falling for her, like knew like this girl was like the one. If you're watching this,
oh, you made that bold.
Made
just
it like,
now.
made it intimate. Made it a little intimate there. Getting a little deep.
This guy got sensual for it.
So like I'm working down New Year's Eve in like Niagara Falls, right? And we always host like a concert.
Yeah.
Downtown, like right by the falls. So I guess I was like selected as one of the people to go work like the concert down there.
Okay.
So pretty much what we're doing is just selling drinks. I'm just giving people like beers and stuff, like putting away like the recyclables and shit.
Yeah.
So we're down there and like it's like midnight, working through my shift. I know I was gonna be off at like around like 1:30. So it's like, okay. I dropped the tab at like maybe like just after midnight. Maybe or like at midnight. I probably put in my teeth right here.
Yeah.
Kind of chilling, whatever. And then like we have to like deconstruct the entire tent that's set up down there, and it's like all like windy and like cold and like wet because like it's at the falls. Cold, everything, blah blah blah. We crush it all out, get it all done by like 1:00, and I start walking up Clifton Hill, which is like our entertainment thing down there, like where we have like a bunch of like arcades, like amusement, like things just to go into, like I don't know, tourist things.
Yeah.
So I'm walking up our main attraction hill and like walking down like the Niagara Parkway. Have my headphones in. I have like a half like ski mask type of thing going.
Okay.
And at this point, like my hair, it's like it wasn't as long as it now is. Yeah. And like I used to straighten it, right? Okay. So like when I was straightening it, like it just be like just like straight up. So I had that, just this covering, headphones in, hair wild, walking through my city, blaring music, and I'm just like literally dancing on the side of the road, like having a great time. Like my music's like depicting my trip. I walk up like the Clifton Hill, and I walk into, I think it's Midway. I go into Midway, which is like a arcade that we have there. Okay. I'm just like kind of like looking through, and I look up and I just see like the coins. I'm just like, you know what? Put like $20 in. Get all these coins. I just play these games. I'm just like playing the games, like do whatever. And I just leave the tickets, and at one point like I have a couple coins left, so I just whatever, drop it, and then go to Burger King up the hill a little bit farther. Eating, like waiting in line, having a good time still, and then like I see these kids that like I don't really fuck with, and like boom. Like I thought they were like talking about me or something, but like just changed my entire trip. Wow. Like instantly. Like was having such a good time, like you know what I mean? Like hadn't been in the falls like for time because like I'm up at school in Toronto. So like being back, it's like, yo, like it's actually so crazy like how I live in this city. Like so many people from around the world come just to see what I see like pretty much almost every single day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Something that I take for granted. People come and see all this shit, and like my mind's just like racing. I'm having such a good time, just like thinking like so blessed to like be from this city. Yeah. And then I see these kids and just boom, like everything changes. I'm like, fuck. Walk out of Burger King, and I think these kids are like coming to jump me because like they just like haven't seen me in time. Yeah. And like, yo, Kev's back in town. Yeah. Type of thing. And it's like, yo, he's by himself right now on New Year's. Like, you know what I mean? So I was, like my mind's like racing. Like all I'm thinking is just like, it's New Year's Eve. Like, why not? Like just beat the fuck out of someone. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Like, yo, man, I'm gonna get fucking jumped right now. So I'm start sketching. Like, get home like eventually. But like I live like eventually, man. Like I just like end up walking home, and like I get to like the Scotiabank Center, which is like kind of like maybe like 7 minutes away from my house or so. It's like this huge convention center, and like and behind it it's like a winery now, like but before they put up like the things for like the grapes and everything. Okay. It was just like a big field. So like I'm walking like through the big field, and I'm just like, man, like they're coming for me. And like I was like, I hid in the field, looked for a bit, I was just sketching. Finally get home, and I'm just like, oh my god, like my brother George is home, and I'm just talking to George. I'm like, George, they're coming for me. He's like, yo, what do you say, bro? I'm like tripping balls, man, like sketching. Like hadn't talked to anyone because like I just put my phone on airplane mode like right after midnight, like you know what I mean? Like told my mom like Happy New Year, blah blah blah. Didn't talk to anyone. Get home, and I'm freezing because I've been outside for hours because like I've been working down there. Yeah. And then I was just down out and about like running around, man. And like I'm still like sketching. Like I put on a hot bath, and like music's still going on. Hop in the bath, or like before I hop in the bath. No, I'm actually in the bath. Yeah, I'm in the bath. Yeah. I'm in the bath, and I turn my phone on. I start snapping that girl, and the song ROS by Mac Miller comes on. I don't know if you ever heard that song.
I'm not sure.
But okay, so like it starts off and it's just like, good evening.
Okay.
How's it going, everybody? And it's just like, have you ever been in love before? And like it starts off like that. It's like a nice like smooth like jazz. It's like
Ah.
boom, 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 and like
The
I'm like tripping out, like still tripping out, and like I just start snapping this girl, and like as like she starts replying, and like I start like seeing her, like this song is playing in the background, and like I instantly like start calming myself down,
Oh man.
and like the interlude before like the song like actually gets into it, it's like a soft like female voice, and it's just like, I love you. It's like, you like your vodka with a little touch of wine. You should probably
Okay,
take
I
your
heard
heels
this.
off, cause you've been running through my mind.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
So that's what happened.
And I'm just like,
So you were tripping balls and you heard that song.
and like,
It was a full brainwash.
and it just made so much sense. It's just like, man, like this girl, bro, like, me and her, like, are part of, like, the same friend group and all this shit, right? So, we were literally like, just friends, like, at first. Like, I was attracted to her, like, blah, 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 like, but, like, it was literally, like, we were friends. Like, we would hang out, and I probably had, like, 12 all-nighters with this girl.
Yeah.
But, like, we didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's
Like, just straight, like, and just talking,
just talking.
like, all night.
Jeez.
Like, not getting, like, you know what I mean? There was always something to talk about.
Man.
There was always like, you know what I mean? It was just like so fucking chill, and like I could tell that like, I don't know, like we dug each other and like whatever, and like
So
we ended up like hooking up for the first time. It was like we were at a party where we were both like kind of fucked up, and it was just, I don't know, it was just sloppy, and like it happened, and then like we never really talked or anything about it like after that, you know what I mean? Or like we never like hooked up or anything again
Yeah.
after that. It was just kind of like it happened, and like we were just kind of like, we were still like kind of like friends or whatever,
Man.
and then it like got to the point like we were just like hooked up before we went for Christmas break, and I was just like, yo, like I'm feeling this girl. But then like when I was tripping balls and like I heard that song, it just man, like I've been through love, and like I feel like I've had like my fair share of like human interactions, like female interactions, like to know like what I can set apart from like lust and like love, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like for me to like realize that like while I'm tripping, I feel like it's just more of like an indication of like life, like saying like, yo, like,
Man.
you know what I mean? Like a higher power showing me, it's like, yo, this is
Definitely.
a sign for you right now. Are you gonna take it? Like, are you gonna pick it up, or are you like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's just like shit.
There's definitely a bunch of elements that came together. But like I've had a friend who I won't name him, but he took that same thing, and then he was around some girl that he'd been like around a lot, like a lot of all-nighters, never doing anything, and then he did that, and then they came together, you know. So I would always suggest, ever since that happened, because it was a very bad relationship after, anytime
Fuck her.
and yeah
Shit.
anytime you fall in love with somebody and you're on LSD, give it like 10 hours, come back to it and see where you're at, you know.
No, I feel that. No, I feel that. But like, this is because like I was by myself. But like me and her actually did shrooms together.
Really? What's that like when you do?
Yo,
something
okay,
like
yo,
that?
that was wild, because I think this was like her first time doing shrooms. So like, she wasn't like used to it. Like I think I've done it like, I think it was like 3 times like before that.
Okay.
So like I was like familiar with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I knew enough, and like I did like acid before that trip that we did together too.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
I knew enough like what I was getting into, and like, so I put on like some Pink Floyd. Like we started like, we drop it, and like we have like a arboretum like at behind of the Humber, right?
Okay.
So we just start walking like the arboretum, and yeah, we're listening to music, whatever, like having a good time, like starting a trip, and then like the colors in the sky just got like crazy intense. You know what I mean? Like the vibe is just there. It's just like,
Were you both able to see the sky thing?
yeah. Well, I don't know if she like saw it the same way I did, but like,
when you were like, "Yo, you see the sky?" Was she like, "Whoa"?
yeah.
That's weird that happens. Like
You
when
know
you
what I mean?
trip, everybody like you usually see the same.
You're like
things.
connected in a sense. You know what I mean? It's just like,
very weird.
mm-hmm.
Very like if we were both on it now, and I was like, "Yo, check out the painting," you'd be like,
Yo, I'd be
You
like,
know?
yo, yeah, for real.
It's very weird the way that works.
So like, the weird thing about this trip is too is like I had like another moment like throughout the trip where like it was an indicator for me that like this girl's like something special.
Another.
Like, and this was like prior to the New Year's Eve one, right? So like then like when I had the New Year's Eve one, like I knew for a fact.
Like this is the second time.
But so the first one is like we're like walking like in the Arb and like we're like just standing there like watching like the sunset and like man, it's the most like breathtakingly beautiful sight that I've like ever seen in my life. Like like the most like the prettiest like orange with a blush of like pink, purple, like just a mix of like the clouds, just a little bit, man. It's just like it's like melting into like the horizon. And like she's like standing there, right? Like as like the sun's like going down, like she's just like the center of it all. It's just like all glowing around her. And
you just love this,
bro.
Girl,
It's
that's all
fuck,
it was,
bro. It's I still do, bro. Fuck.
With mushrooms or not, you're just like
yo, like you know what I mean? Like I dig this girl, bro. Like everything about her just like fucking got me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like shit. So
how many pictures have you taken of her?
Not that many. She wasn't really like photogenic. I have like a couple pictures of her, and
wasn't photogenic. How dare you?
No, like not that she wasn't photogenic. We're like just in a sense that she didn't like pictures.
She wasn't down with it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You got to be up for it.
Yeah, so like we're in the middle, like the sun setting, and then like if I look to the right, like she's there with like the sun setting. If I look to my left, like the moon's like already set, and like it's dark, and it's just like a path with like branches like going over the path.
Okay.
But they're all like just like sticks. It's all like leafless. And like as the sun goes down and I look over to like my left and see like the path and like we're like literally like we can either go back to like Humber or we can continue on the path and keep going. And she's just like, so what do you want to do? You want to keep going or do you want to go back? And I was just like, fuck, like everything. So like the way I thought about it was just like, man, we've had like such a crazy like experience this far.
Of course, yeah.
It's been all beautiful, like all sunshine and shit.
Yeah.
But like that's like past us after this trip.
Yeah, of course.
It's over. It's just like, so do you want to go back? Try to keep this like what it is, or should we go into like the dark unknown that's kind of still beautiful? Do you want to go with me or do you want to go back? And I was just like, shit, I'm fucking down to go. Let's go.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like that's just like the way I thought it through. Just
so that's weird. Like you have this whole thing with this girl and like that everything you just described was gorgeous. Like in my mind, like as I'm like thinking of it, do you ever let something like that help you when you're like editing a photo, or have you ever thought of like taking that what you just said and like making it into something, like since you're a visual artist? Like
100%, man. Like shit that I see on trips or just like any experience that I have, like something that like catches my eye as like being beautiful, like it's just something that will always be a template for something else.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just like every experience that I can take from, I'll just like take it with like a grain of salt. Just like, okay, I'll just add that to my back pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, cause like I've seen it. If like once I see something, it's just like shit. Hard for me to unsee it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It's so hard for me to unsee things once I see it. It's just like, nah, shit.
Sounds like it was very impactful, like that whole trip. Yeah, because it sounds like a really cool picture.
It is, man.
Yeah, like
it really is.
As I think of like what you're saying, like it sounds really cool, and to like be around that. I haven't done mushrooms in high doses in like forests and stuff like that too often. I've only done it like once.
Oh, I think that one's done.
Yeah, it just stops every like 30 minutes for some reason. But yeah, I've never done them in those settings, but like I'd like to. And I've never done them with somebody that I cared about so much, and then like have them be on it too. Like I mean, like in an intimate relationship setting, I've never had that before.
Yeah, so we were really a trippy pair.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, man, we were a trippy pair.
You guys are wandering around the forest.
I don't know. I just was I was a businessman on campus last year, so
True.
I always just kind of had stuff around.
Yeah.
So so it was just always like, if we wanted to do something, it was just like, all right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's do it. Like, man,
freedom.
This we had like, we call it the Humber Plague. we had like a plague that kind of broke out like last year. Not really a plague. It was like a little like epidemic type of thing.
Really?
Like I don't know what it was. Like someone brought a sickness into like the residence.
A sickness?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, man.
Like
I don't
a
know
real
what,
sickness?
Yeah, like a real sickness, bro. Like I think it was like Thursday or Friday night. Like it was Thursday night. People started getting sick. Like people like started puking and stuff. And like from that night, I think there was like 20 kids from the residence building that went to the hospital like puking like severely.
Oh, okay. So
next day, like more and more people start getting sick. And then like we were like, so no one's eating at the calf, like downstairs. Like everyone's just like kind of like what the fuck. Like, from like that day forward, everyone was just like off the wall.
True.
So we ended up having our like a comm room taken away, and they opened it back up the one Saturday. And there's like no one around because like everyone just like kind of like went home. Didn't want to have to like be around like the sickness or get sick.
Yeah.
And like I think I had like 2 sheets of like 25i. Like 2 sheets.
2 sheets.
Like in my possession.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really don't. But I had 2 sheets in my possession.
Allegedly.
So like, no, I did. No, I did. And I don't know, like since like New Year's, like, so I tripped New Year's, and then I think I tripped like 2 days afterwards. I went up to Blue Mountain with my buddy. We went snowboarding for the first time.
Yeah.
I tripped there. My first time ever snowboarding. I ate shit while skiing on some shit.
Wow.
And then I did it like, I think it was like the next night. Did a photo shoot with like some of my friends, like tripping down by the falls again. And then like got back to Humber like after Christmas break, like the first night back. Me and the girl tripped or whatever. Soundbite, we'll cut that out.
Yeah, I got you.
Me and the girl tripped or whatever, like the night that we got back. And then like I think it was like the week after or like whenever this happened.
Yeah.
I decided to do 5 tabs of 25i, and it was 200 UG, right? So it's like taking 10 tabs.
Wow.
So it's like taking 10 tabs. So like me and her, like, we're like, you know what? Let's hook up like while like we're having it in our mouth or whatever, like to like induce it. Like so like while the come up is happening, like we'll just like skip like the come up because like we're hooking up whatever, and so like we finished like hooking up and I'm just kind of like laying back. I'm just like, man, like I'm already starting to see shit. Like I think I'm back. You know what I mean? Whenever I start like tripping, I was like, yep, like I'm back. See the patterns are happening. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a familiar place. And
that's a cool way of putting it.
Yeah. So then like I started tripping. I'm like, man, it's way too early to like be tripping like this hard. And I'm just like, yo, like I'm starting to trip balls. And she's like, take those out of your mouth. Like, why do you have that many in there? So I'm just like, like take it out, and then like I end up going to the bathroom, bro, and I just start puking.
Really?
Yeah, like just start puking. So I'm puking, and just like as I close my eyes and puke, I just start seeing visuals like crazy.
Oh man.
As like my eyes are closed, I open my eyes, and it's just like
barf.
I get sucked out of like that reality, and like nothing's like tripping, like everything's normal. And then I puke again, and like it's like I'm sucked back in, like, and I just close my eyes and I just see the visuals everywhere. I open my eyes, it's like I get sucked back out.
Wow.
I'm like, holy shit.
Man, that's why it's so important for anybody listening, watching. You got to do them in the right setting, the right place.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't have anybody straddling you.
While
you're on
probably not. But man, like the thing is, like after that was induced, the trip was blessed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lot of people
like the
say
trip
that.
was blessed.
Like after you threw up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it was just like the start of it, and then like I don't know, I didn't have any bad vibes on that trip whatsoever. Like I ended up like getting out in the hallway, and it's like literally like at one point like I stepped into like a TV screen, like it was just like in a different like parallel dimension.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I'm standing in the corner, like in front of our like lounge or whatever, right? And it's like the lounge is like in the middle of like these 2 hallways like connecting, just in the corner of it. And, like I'm standing there, think I'm like in shorts. I don't even have like a t-shirt on, just like shirtless, just no socks on, nothing, just looking, just trip. My hair's wild. And then like some of my buddies come up. Like actually, my one buddy that I'm gonna go stay at his crib tonight. Like he comes up with like this other girl and like these other people. And I was like, yo, what's up? I was like chilling. Like I just see them, bro. And it's just like kind of just remind me of a cartoon. Like when you're like you like look one way, and then you look into another hallway and it just like extends.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I felt like I was extending with the hallway, so I'm just like, like with every turn, just wild.
That's
wild.
so much, man.
We end up going outside and like walking the Arb again.
You can't do that, man.
Oh man, no, it was wild. Like we actually like encountered like deer, and like I brought my camera with me because I wanted to just like take pictures while like I was tripping.
You're tripping and you still managed to grab your camera.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the moral of that story.
Yeah,
push
for real.
through, push through the hard times. Get
So,
your
like,
camera on you.
We have like a bunch of deer that like are by like the walking area, right?
Yeah.
So like we're literally like in the middle of this thing, and it's like so foggy, and it's a beautiful fog. Like I can't like look, I can't be outside at night anymore and like not see like, I don't know, like remnants of like this trip, just because like,
True.
you know what I mean? It's just like the darkness, it just doesn't look the same to me. Like darkness is like always like purple now. It's like
True.
always like a purple with like a blue like hush with like a glistening undertone. It's
Cool.
weird. It's sick. It's
That's
so cool, man. It's so
That's
cool.
really cool.
So like Redbone by Childish Gambino is playing.
Of course. Yeah.
We're in this huge open field, and like we just see the deer, and like I'm like kind of like coming close to it, and like I'm about like this far away from the deer, like me and you, and like I go to like touch it, and like it like got scared, and like I got scared. I was like, ah shit, like kind of like bounce back. It's just like, oh my god, bro.
Man, I couldn't imagine interacting with animals on psychedelics.
I didn't know how to like react because like I lost my glasses like last year, so like for like the last month and a half of school or whatever, or like last 2 months, I didn't have glasses.
True.
I was just like blind, so like I didn't have my
Oh,
glasses.
really? Like,
yeah,
just straight up.
just straight. I had like my broken glass, like broken outdated glasses that I had to use
Oh,
because
like,
it was like rough times, like, you know what I mean?
yeah, of course.
And so like I can't really see because I don't have glasses. I'm outside and like the sky, or like the nothingness between me and like the deer is like forming. Like I can just feel like the energy like coming in between my hands. And then when like he skirted away, I was like, oh shit. It was like I was like, yo, that felt
Man.
weird. Like I felt something with it. Like
That's weird. That is weird, man. So I love I gotta bring it back now. So like does any of like these trips, like I was talking about, like do you ever think of making things towards that trip you had with the girl? Do you ever, like, now you say nighttime's different,
mm-hmm.
do you ever try and recreate that same type of thing you just described in your pictures at all now when it comes to nighttime? Because you do a lot of your shooting at night, it seems,
Mm-hmm.
with events and stuff.
No,
No,
not really. They don't really have like
is it
much of a correlation like that. It's just like I said before, like they're kind of just like marks, like for me to just like reference back to
okay?
type of thing. But like I don't like try to like recreate it. I don't know, like I'm probably gonna make a movie about my life. To be honest with you, like
Man,
I have
everybody should be making a movie about their life. Everybody should
Right?
be documenting their shit. Like you should have
Right.
a camera here that's pointed at us right now. That's yours. And
Mhm.
you take this and do your thing.
Yeah, I actually
Everybody
should have said, but like nah, fuck it.
It's cool. No. I'll throw you this if you really need it. You know. But yeah. So when it comes to this, when I know we talked last time, and that the end game is like directing.
Mm-hmm.
How are you taking any steps towards that right now? Like, are you working on any film, video stuff at all? Or are you still staying within the picture realm?
I'm always dabbling
Yeah.
with things for sure. More like script structure stuff, like more like writing
Oh yeah.
than anything. I love doing poetry. I love poems.
I remember
And,
last time you read something.
Yeah.
I remember. It was,
Yeah. So like, definitely like one thing like I always try to like work on is just like my writing skills.
Okay.
Cause like for me, like I can like I'm going back to school to like learn how to do all the film stuff, so I'm just kind of being patient with that.
Okay.
But I feel like everything else I can just kind of pick up and like do my own, cause like even like if you have like distorted footage or like say like you use like a camcorder,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the way people like take information in nowadays is a lot different. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't like necessarily have to be the way I take my pictures doesn't necessarily have to be like a clear picture, clear image.
Yeah.
As long as like the message is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like the film stuff and like that will all come in place, but like I'm always like writing or getting like stories in place, because like I have like a lot of ideas, a lot of things that like a lot of routes that I'm definitely gonna like go towards and like cover.
That's cool.
Yeah,
because I know you like poetry, but I didn't think like writing would be the thing that you're like focusing on the most. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've been having I don't know if people like have even noticed, but like I've been having like a countdown like on my hood rep read.
Oh really?
Thing like right now we're at 1 for you.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll be at you for you.
Okay.
Which is pretty crazy. Yeah, it's like I started this actually like 9 weeks ago, almost 10 weeks ago now, and like each week I was like just posting like unreleased content with like weird messages.
Okay.
So like 10 for you, like I posted some pictures, and like it'd be like 10 for you, and like I had like a little passage written out, and like everything is like usually like lowercase except for like if a U is in it.
Okay.
A U will be uppercase like to stand out. So like I've been posting pictures with like 10 for you, have like a little passage. It'd be 10 for you week. Next week, 9 for you. I'd post like a couple times.
Okay.
And I've just been kind of posting like 8 for you, 7 for you, 6 for you. Like I don't know if people like noticed it, but like, so you for you, like I'm planning on dropping something for the first time in a while.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And what's that gonna be? Is that like a?
That's a hush hush.
Yeah, true.
It's, you thought you knew. You know what I mean? It's gonna be something like different. It's just gonna be something. I'm excited for that project to come out. Actually, just like actually start working on that.
True.
But
that's really cool. So you're doing it through like at the end of the countdown.
Yeah.
Around there.
Yeah.
It'll pop up.
Yeah.
True.
More information on Hood Rep Read.
Man, that's
you for you.
It's a good way to get your notifications turned on.
Yeah.
Now I got to turn them on. I got to see what's up.
I don't know if people I was even talking to it like with my brother like a couple weeks back. He's like, yo, it's like what are you like what are you planning on doing, bro? I'm just like, I don't know. Like I'm not even telling him.
You're not even telling him, eh?
And then like I told him about like the countdown. He's like, oh fuck. He's like, man, like yeah, you have been doing like a countdown, haven't you? Like I didn't even notice. You know what I mean? And like I like the only thing like I'm avidly posting on right now is like Visco.
Visco, you can
like that photo editing app that I was telling you about. It's like it's like more of like a social media platform. Like people will post pictures, but you can also do like blog entries on there, like journals. Really? And like the thing that's really cool about Visco is that like you don't see how many followers people have or how many people they're following.
I like that.
How many likes a post has or how many reposts it has, like you know what I mean? It's just content. People like it's supposed to be for people like actually putting out like interesting content, like working on their craft or whatever.
Yeah.
But like of course it took a turn where it's like just like mainstream now. Like you see like a bunch of like memes and shit on it.
Cat
but like
videos.
No, it's not like videos. It's like literally like it's like GIFs and just pictures, pictures, and then journal entries.
Okay, so it's like Tumblr almost.
Almost, but like instead of like uploading your GIFs, like you have to like get it like in the moment. You have to like use the app on the phone. And like so it's like a boomerang.
Okay.
Kinda.
And then it turns that into a GIF.
Yeah.
And then that's your content.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. And then journal entries too. I like the aspect of journal entries just because it invokes people to get more personal. Mm-hmm. You know, when it's a post, it's just a post. But when it's a journal entry, it's a little different.
Visco has my heart, man. Like Visco is probably like my favorite like social media.
Is this it? Or it says this Visco, I guess, Instagram photos.
Yeah, vsco.co.
.co.
Yeah, visco.co.
Yeah, Visco group.
That might be like a thing on Facebook there.
Because I actually want to see that. It's just pictures and journal entries.
Yeah, so like type in and your search bar, vsco.co.
VES?
VO.
Oh, VOS?
No, VS. Sorry. Oh no, that's my bad then. I was saying VES, right?
Yeah.
No, VS. CO.
Oh,
CO. VS. My bad, bro.
I'm like, yo, the site isn't here. Wow. Okay. Correct. Oh, wow.
And then you could probably even like, if you want to look at my page, put I think like backsplash or backslash hood red breed. I think that should maybe get you to my page.
We'll see.
I actually like the layout on like the computer.
Cool. Yeah, it is here. True. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look at this after. Wow.
And then I have like each week's thing posted up on there.
Okay, I see how this works.
Yeah, like in each thing I'll hide in like a chapter 2 or like
It seems like Tumblr, but it seems like it makes you invest a little more into your content.
yeah.
So like you can't just throw up any old thing.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
Like even there's people like of them just like posting like selfie like mirror pics and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that's it?
Like you know what I mean? Like it's gone like mainstream like that too. But
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is the you thing. Okay, true. So then, so you're dropping a project like that. There's like a bunch of projects that you're working on, dabbling. I think I asked you this last time too. Like, when do you actually want to take the step to going into video, or do you just wanna ride this wave right now? Because you're certainly on a wave right now.
Yeah.
Like, things are only just picking up for you. Like I
Mhm.
could see like you're gonna be doing like more stuff, especially once you move into the city and like stay here again. I think you're gonna.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't know. I think I touched on it last time that we were talking. I kind of have like a couple people that I know that do like video.
Mm-hmm.
So like right now, like what I want to do, like if people like approach me to do video, like I'll only take like the director position of it. Like
Okay.
I'll set up everything and I'll give like people that want more exposure and like more guidance in a sense to like help their own content out.
Okay.
I'll make them be the videographers and edit their videos
Okay.
and like get their vision across, but like I'll be like the artistic standpoint or like guideline to help them.
You want to conceptualize the
Yeah.
ideas, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and then direct that.
Yeah, and then like not even have to get my hands dirty, but get more practice with being a director and like having more.
Yeah, you want to get your brain dirty.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
'Cause it's like that thinking role, you know.
And then I give these guys exposure, and they're gonna start meeting people, and they're gonna start doing things.
Yeah, there's a lot of you guys in the falls. Like I
Yeah.
noticed that it's like you
Like the
guys-
thing that I like about the falls and like the region, bro, is just that it's unmarked territory.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like just now, like a big crop you guys have like popped up, and like a key thing is that you guys are all showing love to each other.
Yeah.
You know, there's no like
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't seem like you guys are segregating off each other too much. And you guys have like more collectives going on. Starting to see that more in Toronto too, but like
Mm-hmm. Like Toronto, like at this point, it's like there's already like things made out here.
yeah.
Especially like with Drake getting so big, like Toronto's just like on a different scene. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just a completely different level.
Yeah.
But like Niagara in 5 years is gonna just like transform. I'm actually excited to see the city in 5 years. So like
yeah.
to like be out here like and just kind of like grow here for a bit. I feel like it'd be cool to go back in Niagara in a little bit just to
Keep it going. Like why not?
touch there a little bit. You know what I mean? Do some stuff and
Yeah, yeah,
get out,
definitely.
but
Like if you're gonna blow up, you might as well not forget where you came from. kind
oh
of
yeah,
thing, you know?
hundo fee,
True.
hundo fee.
That's good though. That's good. So when it comes to like creativity, where like cause like you focus on writing, you do the whole photographer thing, dabble into the video. So like where are you drawing your creativity from? Like yeah, I kind of want to like when you talked about all those visuals, I kind of want to touch on that because it's like where do you think that comes from? I know you're tripping, but like at the same time you don't get to see stuff like that unless like you kind of got something going on. So like where are you drawing all that creativity from, and like what are you doing with all these visions, I guess I should say?
Like what do you mean? Like what am I doing with like all the stuff that like I'm collecting right now? Like
Yeah, no, yeah, forget about the actual visions. I guess it's where are you drawing your creativity from? I'll touch on that after because
Okay,
I just
so
like the fact you can visualize
Mhm.
things. Like I'll touch
so
on
like
that.
where does it all come from pretty much?
Yeah, like where are you getting that from?
I don't know. I've always been like a pretty like adventuristic
Yeah.
type of person. Like even like as like a kid, Like I remember growing up in my complex, like I don't know, like I loved like medieval shit or just stories.
Yeah.
Just like in general, like role play shit like that. Like I love like you ever play Skyrim?
Skyrim, no.
No, Skyrim.
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 No, no, no.
It's like you end up being like these warriors, like you fight dragons and shit, man. Like you're like what's it called? It's like you're a dragonborn and like you like speak like you can learn like this secret dragon like language.
True.
And you get like all these powers. So, like I don't know, I like stuff like that. Like just kind of like takes me away from like the realness of life. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, of course.
just like head into stories like that. Like yeah, and just like watching movies, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know like where to like say that like it all comes from.
So it just comes from like a
just, like,
collective of things.
Yeah, just like me being like interested in the unknown.
True. So like the unknown, like white space kind of draws in your creativity.
Yeah.
Just kind of, I guess when we say like the white space, it's kind of like doing what people haven't done.
Yeah, like I'm like basically Curious George. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You're just kind of going with it and just seeing what comes of everything, kind of thing. True, true. So when it comes to like photography, how do you set up a shot? Like let's say we're at the club, everything's bumping, everything's fucking moving and shit. How do you actually grab your images?
It depends on the vibe. Like I don't know, like I usually won't start off with like taking like flash pictures.
Okay.
Because like some people be like, oh, you're taking my picture, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So like what I usually do is take pictures of the homies and like the people that I'm with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you start taking pictures, be like, oh shit, people are taking pictures. They start looking around. It's like, okay. So I'll just kind of like just start like literally just like taking shots and just kind of like from the shot, I'll look at it like, okay, adjust my settings a bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of like go from there. And like once the camera's out, people will be like, oh shit, okay. And like I'll kind of just like keep doing what I'm doing. And like if the vibe's there, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna like persuade into this a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like feel it through there. Like some shots I know like just like, all right, let's get a trippy shot. Close the flash.
Sure.
Switch the setting. Get like a trippy shot. Switch back over.
Yeah. So then, when you first get into it, there's like resistance from the club. Like actually, like
sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends.
And that resistance is just people not wanting their picture taken or like not feeling comfortable.
Not feeling comfortable. It's definitely like a comfort level for sure. Like one thing like I've noticed like from now, like if you're at a club early and you're taking pictures, people aren't really like drunk yet. They're like not really like rowdy. You know what I mean? They're like, you're like, yeah, like what. Later on throughout the night, they started getting a little more rowdy. They're like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, I'm having a good time. Like, yo, let's take pictures. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like, it depends on the people.
So timing is like a big thing.
Yeah, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. There's so many different variables. Like, I mean, in a split second, you could either get a great shot or miss something. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like.
Yeah, I guess timing would be a big thing. Because if you're too early, like you said, nobody's loosened up yet. And if you're too late, then like everybody's just trying to hook up and get the fuck out of there. They're like, yo, I don't need the picture right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get with this chick. We're trying to leave. So there's a sweet spot that you gotta hit.
Yeah, you gotta play the feel. Gotta see.
How much does music play a role in that? Like
huge.
Yeah.
Huge, I feel like.
Shitty music is just shitty everything.
Yeah. Like if people aren't feeling with the music, it's just like they'll just stand around and be like. But like whenever you're in a club in Toronto and you heard some Drake on, like last night we were in Warehouse, right? Okay. And God's Plan came on, just like everyone singing it. Like really? Everyone singing it. I'm just like, man, like, you know you're in Toronto when. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, she said, do you love me? It's hello, Father. It's like, shit, man. Yeah, okay.
Everybody loves that.
Everyone's like, you know what I mean? When everyone's hyped and everyone's having a good time. Yeah, take pictures.
And pictures pop off.
Yeah.
So God's Plan basically sets it off in Toronto.
And pretty much. And other songs, but like, true. That's just an example right there.
Yeah, true. So how much, that's how much music plays a role to the actual people, but like how much does it play a role to you? Like,
man,
it seems like a lot of the things you do, like there's a soundtrack to it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, I don't know. I let music dictate my life. Like, music is like, if I could marry music... I would marry music. If music was like a physical form, I would definitely do that.
Yeah, you probably talk about her like that girl.
Yeah, bro, for real. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Like, I don't know. Like, music music is just writing with like just sound,
melody, sound. Yeah,
just different little things. Like, I don't know. I've kind of thought about getting into spoken word.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like spoken word would be sick.
I know a dude that does spoken word. I'm supposed to interview him. Went to high school with him actually, Dave Mack, and yeah, he's big into it now. I've never really understood spoken word, but I mean, you can't not understand it when you hear somebody say it because it's just like raw emotion. But I've always I'm so into music that I'm like, yo, if this guy just made this one thing rhyme, like that would have been a good bar. Like,
you know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? It's like
beat? Like, why does he do that?
But like, to say it's just like, but if you say like you're an artist, it's like, oh, so now you're supposed to like hit bars. But like, if you say you're spoken word, it doesn't really like,
yeah,
it doesn't really matter. And it's kind of like I find it like to be like narration too. You know what I mean? You put like some soft music behind. It's just like,
yeah,
complete different vibe. Like,
yeah. And yeah, but like that's the thing. I don't usually hear like soft music behind or anything. It's usually just silence.
That's not really what I want to get into.
Yeah, it seems like you'd have to have some kind of narration would be a perfect way to describe it. Because even when you said that poem when we did the first interview, it was a lot like a narration kind of thing, like
more story to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, you should do that. Definitely. Why not, right? I mean, see where it takes you. I mean, if you're focusing on writing so much, then you might as well utilize it.
I got a couple of schemes. Man.
That's good, man. And also the writing, like when you're writing, what are you doing? Are you writing narrative scripts like movie stuff? Or are you writing like poetry? Are you writing stories? Or are you just melding it?
Honestly, I just write like different collectives of like different things.
Yeah.
None of it's like really pieced together. Like at all. Like at all. None of it's pieced together.
And like what are they?
Basically, like the closest thing I could describe it to is Kendrick Lamar's album Untitled and Unmastered.
Oh,
that's
okay,
that's pretty much what it is. It's untitled and it's unmastered.
Okay, that makes sense. That kind of thing. You just have it there for when the time is right.
For when the time is right.
Because that's when he released it, right? Like when he felt like he should. True. That's good. So you got a lot of stuff, but I guess the focus right now is just the photography stuff, right? Because I mean,
yeah, pretty much, I guess.
True. You're gonna be doing that here in the city. Yeah,
it'll be cool to get back up here.
Yeah, definitely, man. And we're gonna have to hang out again, definitely.
For sure, bro.
If you're out here, right by Spadina or whatever, close by. But what else? Actually, I have to ask. When it comes to setting up shots, because I didn't ask you this until the end, how do you actually go about doing that? Like, how do you go about framing a shot? Like something like this. Like you're looking right at this shot right now. How do you usually go about it? Because I remember when you did my first shot that you set up for me, you told the story. You were like this picture's behind him, and like that's the first episode, and then this is the next one, and you're like you were like guiding some kind of story. So is that like a big thing when you're taking shots and stuff like that? Like, are you narrating as you're like, yo, this girl's drunk and this guy's that, like, are you forming a story in your head at all when you do this?
No. I don't know. Sometimes I guess I just kind of like just have to go with the flow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably go in with like one idea.
Yeah.
And then if I see something, I'm like, oh, okay. I'll kind of like keep like going down a certain path, or like I'll switch like immediately. I don't know.
True.
To be honest, I never really thought about it.
Yeah, because like a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, it all goes back to like stories and like narratives. You're talking about the girl and you're painting this story, and you're like,
no, like the thing that like I look about it more is just like I kind of just like do like, so like whatever happens, it just like happens, and then like afterwards when I'm like reflecting on it is like when I can really like amp a story from it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so sometimes I'll like probably get a shot. Like last time, like my thought process was like I already knew that you were doing like more interviews and stuff, right? And like we already did like our interview.
Yeah.
So it goes like towards the end, I was like, oh shit, okay. So like that's why I set up like this, put the painting in the back, had me there. It was just kind of like I already had like prior information.
Yeah,
but like usually when I'm shooting out at night or like just doing whatever, I don't really know what's gonna happen next.
True.
So like unless I know what's happening next, maybe I could plan ahead and like kind of like put like kind of like Easter eggs.
Okay.
Around, but
so then like towards that, do you ever like take the pictures, then look at it the next day, and then be like, okay, there's a story that I'm gonna tell through this edit, you know, like that kind of thing?
It depends. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like honestly, like I couldn't tell you. Like,
true. You like jump around, eh?
Yeah.
With the process. So like, what do you try to do in terms of like a process when it comes to taking pictures? Like, is there any kind of thing that you do, or you literally just every time it's different?
Every time it's like whatever people give me. Whatever.
Like I got to do it here now, and like tomorrow it might be like at a different place, and like I just kind of got to do it, and like. So then how do you prepare? Because like I know for me, like I have to have this, I have to have this. I just bought a task cam that I need in order to run and gun and like do stuff like that. Like what equipment is essential to you when it comes to getting out there?
Just a camera.
That's it, eh?
Camera and the lens cleaner.
Sick. I like that.
And my glasses, which I actually forgot.
True.
This weekend, it's man, it's bummy. I was wearing like my ethic coat, and my mom like gets home from work. Like I'm literally just about to leave to Toronto. She's like, "Why are you wearing that coat? It's hot as fuck outside." And I was like, "All right, whatever." Leave the coat, and I'm wearing my sunglasses, but I put like my glasses like in the pocket, like inside pocket of the coat, right? Just left it. We're already like in Hamilton, like fuck. Where are my glasses?
Damn.
So like tomorrow's gonna be interesting. Like I was taking pictures at like the yesterday, and like I'm looking through like the thing. I'm like trying to like, oh fuck. So I'll probably just wear like my sunglasses because like they're prescription.
Okay,
but
true.
I could do it that way, but we'll see, man.
Or you're gonna be in the spot. You're gonna look live as fuck. You're gonna have
your I just kind of go with the flow, man.
That's pretty cool. Your style kind of reminds me. I don't know if you ever seen the anime Samurai Champloo, but there's two samurais, and one of them's like a really trained, well groomed samurai, and the other one's just like he just got a sword and he's just like fuck it.
True. Okay.
And like he just does whatever, and like in most cases he's better than the guy that's trained, because like he just goes with the flow. He just says fuck it, just does whatever. He doesn't care. Ends up going into breakdance moves and shit. And, like,
true. Okay.
People up. You should watch it. You'll like that show.
Sorry, what's that called again?
Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo.
I'll rate it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. You'll really like it. But yeah, you remind me of that dude because he's just wild as fuck.
No, that's true. I am pretty wild. Fuck.
Yeah, and it's just him, this chick, and this other samurai, and they're just getting into all this shit. Because of him, mostly. Mm-hmm. Because he likes to go on adventures.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
That's sick. That's really good. So, what do you got going on right now? I know you have the Hood Rat Breed on Instagram. Like, are you doing any events through them or through that, which is your thing?
You for you. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You for you is all I'm gonna say on
the
that. And Hood Rat Breed Presents is also another page that I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, not a lot of people like know about that, but yeah, Hood Rat Breed Presents.
Yeah, put it out there.
So I'm just gonna say Hood Rat Breed Presents and You for You.
Okay.
That's my feedback or question or answer to that question.
And You for You, are you putting that like under a hashtag or anything?
You for You.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, man.
Are you on chapter 2?
We're going on to chapter 2.
Oh, okay.
Chapter 1 was just a preview. It was a trial.
Okay, true. So then wait, the countdown is at 2?
We're at 1 for You right now.
We're at 1. So then we're about to
hit You for You, yeah.
We're about to hit the
yeah,
thing.
You for You basically starts tomorrow.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's perfect timing then.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I like to do these around the time where you got like something going on. Just help out.
Man, I don't know if when was the last time that I saw you? Was it before or after St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know. I feel like we might have talked about it. I'm not even sure. When is St. Patrick's Day actually?
In March.
I feel like it was before March.
Yo, I took pictures for Lil Yachty.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
When did that happen?
St. Patty's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we would have talked about that.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
away,
No,
I feel like.
I went up to London because I have my one buddy, Big Rems out there.
Okay.
He's an artist, and basically he was on like the opening card for Yachty.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yo, like, do you want to like come and like take pictures, whatever? Like, you can get to see that." So like, okay, why not, right?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
up with my two buddies, and we're there for sound check, whatever. Do that. My buddy goes on at 6 o'clock, like 6:10, and like his set's done at like 6:50, but Yachty doesn't come on till like 9:30.
Okay.
So like whatever. We end up heading back to his place, like chill. Actually, no, we head over to like my one homegirl's place,
Okay.
like I usually stay at when I'm in London.
Mm-hmm.
Chilling there, turning up for a bit, and then everyone else is like, "Nah, we're just gonna go to the club. Like, you go out to the thing, do your thing." I was like, "Okay, man, because I have to do that. Like, that's why I came up, right?"
Yeah, definitely.
So went out to Yachty, took pictures for that. Like, that was wild. That was surreal. That was like the first like concert that like it's like a bigger venue where like I was in front of a gate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like the crowd's there, like the gate. Like, I was in front of the gate, like taking
really?
pictures and videos. Like, yeah, like that was so surreal for me. It's just like, man, like I got into it, like I just finessed my way into this pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here by myself, just kind of chilling, taking pictures of Yachty.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
was
cool,
really-
man. That was sick. Kind of like
Where do you got those up?
you for you, man.
Oh yeah.
You for
Okay.
you. We'll
Good.
see.
Good. Good.
We'll
Cause yeah,
see.
yeah, you gotta show those
Yeah, man.
shots.
I have like a bunch of stuff. Like, I have pictures with Pressa that I still haven't posted. Like pictures of Obi O'Brien.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And like, just like, man, I just have a bunch of shit that's just like unreleased content.
Okay.
It's just like waiting for its proper time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. At least you have patience.
Yeah, man. Gary V, he's been like telling me, bro. Like, I'm just thinking about it. I was like, man, like I'm in no rush, like whatsoever.
Yeah, Gary V would say that you could fuck around for 10 years.
I'm eating shit right now. Come, Gary V, if you ever see this interview, shout out to you, man. Right now, I'm in my phase of eating shit. Got to eat more shit so I don't have to eat shit anymore.
Yeah, he says you eat shit for 24 months so you can eat caviar for the rest of your life.
For real.
That's his quote. That's good though, man. That's really good. So did you actually meet Yachty or no?
Okay, so like after the concert, like the concert's over, I kind of like finessed my way backstage, like because like they closed us off. They didn't have us like behind the stage. I thought I was supposed to be like backstage taking pictures, but like now we were in front. And they like the concert's over, and like I kind of was like standing on a speaker, so like I kind of just like walked onto the stage, like went down and behind whatever, and like I see like where everyone's like exiting and stuff, and then like I see like an employee like exit hallway.
Okay.
So I walk down the hallway, and like I have like my camera bag and like my camera, and like I'm putting my shit away, and then like I'm like walking up, like Yachty's like on my left hand side, like I'm walking down the hallway, and like I'm putting my shit away, and like one of the guys is like, "Yo, like keep moving." I'm like, I literally like stop, like put my stuff here, like Yachty's like right behind me, and I put my stuff down. I'm like, yeah, I'm just putting my stuff away. And the guy's like, "Nah, bro, like you gotta go." I'm like, yeah, man, like I'm going. He's like, "Bro, like go." I'm like, "Shit, bro, okay." Like I start moving. I'm like, "Yo, Yachty, like good shit, man, good set." And like he like notices me and like acknowledges it, but like he doesn't say anything. And then I'm like, "Yo, here's a business card, like if you want to see some of the pictures, right?"
Yeah.
And then like this big fucking security guy comes over. He's like, "Yo, fucking walk, bro." I'm like shit, all right, bro. Like I'm going, bro. Like I turn around.
Wow.
And I dip. And that was about it. Like that's like
True.
my interaction with Yachty.
Yeah, that's all they'll let you have, you know.
Yeah.
Like he has those people around, so.
Man, that night was actually pretty wild too. Still didn't have service at that point, or like I
On your phone?
on my phone. So like I'm stuck out in London again, and so I'm trying to get an Uber, but like the Wi-Fi at the convention center is just shit. So shit. So like I can't even like really like get an Uber, and like I have to go back to like my buddy Big Rems' place, like link up with them, and then go to the club.
Yeah.
I end up like seeing these guys that I met at soundcheck. They blessed me a ride to my buddy's house.
Okay.
Get to my buddy's house, and like I'm ringing to get in, like no one's answering, and then like someone like walks out of like the apartments or whatever. So I get into like the condos, Go up to his house and like start knocking on the door.
Mm-hmm.
No answer, no nothing. I'm just like, shit. I'm like, oh my god, man. Like, what am I supposed to do now?
Damn.
Managed to get Wi-Fi just standing outside his door. So
he just went real close to the door.
Got an Uber. Made my way out to this club called Frogs, and then like my boys and like my one homegirl, like everyone's like out at the club.
Yeah.
And like my one buddy's like, yo, just drop my name when you get to the club. Like, you should be good. I'm like, "Aight, shit.
You should be.
Show I should be, right? I should be. Show up to the club and everything, and like I start dropping his name. No one knows. I'm just like, oh fuck. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, whatever. Like trying to like finesse my way in. They're like over capacity. They're not letting anyone in. Backdoor security guards aren't letting me in.
Wow.
So I talk to these random girls. I'm like, yo, can I use your phone? Like, let me call my buddy real quick. She's like, okay, but put it on speaker so you don't steal it. And I'm just like, all right, like, like fuck. Started talking to my buddies, and like my one buddy Trey comes out, and I'm like, man, like, he tries to talk to security guards, like nothing. He has like a stamp on his wrist, and literally like just like presses his arm on me, bro. And then like it comes up, and it's like so faint. Just a faint little stamp I have on here.
Still, yeah.
So we go through the back again. Like the one security guard I was talking to had like his back turned. Then we just like walk in. I'm like, yo, like my shit's fading away. And this other security guard's like, yeah, okay, you're good. And like, yo, you want to give me another one? Cause like if it like comes off, he's like, yeah, I got you. Gives me the stamp, and I walk in with my camera, taking pictures at the club. Oh, bro, it's like I always get myself into like these little situations like that. It's always something interesting.
It's like that when you're like a club photographer.
Yeah,
like you got these weird situations
all the time, bro.
You should keep doing it.
I always get myself into like the most fuck shit, bro.
You'll get yourself into like something good.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited for Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Like me and my other buddy, like Aaron, he's gonna bring his camera too. So like we're just gonna hit a whole bunch of spots down there, just like crazy content. And like I'm gonna bring like my little camera into like the festival, hand out business cards and stuff. You know what I mean? Just like the women.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard over there. A lot of Latino ladies.
Yeah, I'm brushing up on my Spanish right now, trying to.
Latina, I should say.
Yeah, Latinas.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, you speak Spanish, right? Yeah, you're good.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed, bro. It's gonna be sick.
Nah, yeah, you'll have a good time there. That's good, man. So what do you guys are just gonna be like? Pretty much just trying to hit the city and just take.
Yeah,
pictures?
like so, like we fly out Thursday at like 6 a.m. And we get like we touch down, like we're flying out to Fort Lauderdale, and like we're at our hotel's in Boca Raton.
Okay.
So we're staying there, and like we have like a huge facility of like a basketball court, like indoor pool and stuff. So it's like sick. Mm-hmm. Only like for the 5 nights between the 3 of us, we're only paying $84.
Oh yeah,
for 5 nights.
That's good.
So it's blessed. Like
it's really good.
So we have like a full day Thursday, and then Friday the festival doesn't start until 3 p.m. So we have all of Friday morning.
Yeah. And
then Saturday festival, Sunday festival. We have all of Monday, and we don't fly out until I think 11 o'clock or, yeah, like 11 o'clock or like 1 o'clock.
Wow.
Tuesday afternoon.
Wow. That'll be good.
Yeah. That'll be sick.
Man, yeah. Yeah, it's always sick. Like when I went out to the States, I got all these tattoos. So like, fuck.
Yo, we were actually thinking about getting some tattoos.
Do it, man.
I think I might get like a tattoo on my leg.
Yeah.
Like on my quad or something.
Of what?
Like my hood rat breed like logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the process logo, so I feel you on that. Yeah, it's a mushroom. It says the process on it.
I like that.
Right. So yeah, get it, man. Even if it's like people like when like you tell them that you're gonna do something like that, they're like, what if it doesn't work out? It's like, man, it's a symbol of what it was. You know what I mean? Like when you got it, like what it is to you right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it's like it'll be with you forever. You know?
I kind of want it on my leg though, so like when I'm taking a shit, I can just kind of like look at it.
Man, yeah, you know what I mean? It'll be really cool because the logo's pretty much it's like you, isn't it, with your hair?
No, that's just
because I saw that on the Vesco thing just now.
No, I think that's just like the profile picture I have for it.
Yeah. That's
the logo. It's just like hood. Like it's like this one drawing I did up.
Okay.
It's kind of just like hood.
Man, get it. Why not? Fuck it.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's the worst thing that could happen. The worst thing that could happen is it just stays there.
Yeah.
And you don't like it. Who cares?
It's on my leg anyways, so.
That too, right? It'll look sick though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to get all your boys or all you guys get something. You should get a camera, definitely.
Yeah, we're thinking of getting a Polaroid. Bringing a Polaroid down there or something.
Oh, yeah. I was interviewing a dude. I think I was saying, he's an instant photographer, so he only uses Polaroid cameras. That shit's really cool. Like you get really cool stuff out of it.
It's like authentic.
Yeah, it's very, very authentic. All his pictures look super authentic whenever you look at it. It really captures like the person more so than the moment and the beautifulness of the background.
No, for real.
It just captures the raw essence of a person because you can't light them properly.
You can't edit it or anything. It's just whatever it is. It is what it is.
Yeah. You guys should bring one. That'd be cool. True. So, what else are you doing now? Like, what are you doing up here? Like, you have a shoot tomorrow?
Yeah. So like I was up yesterday because it was my buddy's girlfriend's birthday.
Yeah.
We're celebrating for that. Chilling with you today.
Yeah.
Meeting my buddy later on tonight. I actually have no idea what I'm doing for the next couple hours.
Man,
I'm just gonna kind of head out.
That's the best. When you're 20, you don't know where you're going. You're just
for
like,
real, bro. It's just like
shit's nice.
I'm just kind of like doing it, bro. It's nice because like I literally work like 6 days a week now.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Good. So like I'm just eating shit, but so like when I get to go out and like enjoy my time, I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
So like yeah.
Good, do that, man. Keep eating that shit.
Keep eating shit, bro. Like I always watch Gary's videos and I'm just like, man, like people still don't get it. Like you know what I mean? Like and I understand too. It's like it's hard to like get, but like for me, like the way I look at it, I feel like so advanced because like I know myself like so well.
Yeah, for
and
someone
like,
who's 20, you're very self-aware.
Man. Like I feel like I notice so many things in myself. So like when shit like starts going like differently and like I don't know, I always catch it's like whoa, like what's going on right now? Like why am I doing this? So I try to like switch up and like stay true to myself. But like another thing like I feel like I have like an advantage with is that like I know what I want to do and I've been knowing what I've wanted to do.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
You know what I mean?
Because once you figure it out, like I won't say things get easier, but like it does get easier.
It does, man. It gets
focus.
Yeah.
Focus becomes really clear.
It really does. Like I don't know. Like I said, like I like experiences. So like I don't know. Next year, like I only have to do 2 courses like first semester, cause like I failed 2 courses when I started the program. So like those are the only 2 that I have to do.
Yeah. So
I can either pick up a couple classes and do more, or just stay the 2 and like I'm gonna be working.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if I want to do that because like as soon as I hit second semester, I'm like right back into 7 courses.
Yeah.
So it's like shit. So like that's gonna be like a huge adjustment. So like I don't know, but like I'm gonna be in school next year.
So what do you think Gary would say?
I don't know.
I think you need a bracelet like that. What would Jesus do?
What would Gary say?
What would Gary do?
What would Gary do? I don't know.
Gary would do the 6 and just say fuck it, and then do that 7 as soon as they come. Fuck it, bang it out.
I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like
bang it out.
Or would he go to school? No, Gary wouldn't even go to school.
That's the thing, where you don't want to do it exactly. But if he was like giving you advice, he'd be like, "Get this shit done."
No, I feel like he'd just be like, he'd probably just tell me like, just pick one and do it. You know what I mean? I can either go to school and grind work.
Nah, he'd say both.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
He always says both.
Exactly.
Anytime somebody asks him, he'll always be like, "Why are you wasting my time?" You know what the answer is. He's like, both.
Exactly. Exactly. No, it's so true.
He's like, why work hard? Why work smart? He's like, when you can just work hard and smart. He's like, just both.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
There's no way around it when it comes to that work, right?
Yeah.
It sucks. Believe me, as I interview all these people, I'm trying to find a way around it. I'm like, well, what's the easy way to do it? They're always just like, you just got to do it every day. I'm like, oh,
it's like why? It's like, please, no.
But you got to. It's good. Keeps you focused.
It does.
Really focused, especially at this time in your life, man. You're going good, man. You're gonna be in good places very soon. Well, you're 20 now. 24. By the time you're 24, it's gonna be fucking crazy,
bro. I've been saying this like for time now, for like over a year now. By the age of 26, I'm either gonna be living out in California or making my way to move out there.
Yeah, that's a very realistic goal. I mean, you don't even have to wait till 26 to really do
Yeah,
that.
like I'm just saying, like, or like by then I would have already lived in California. Like, you know what I mean, for like a period of time. I know for a fact of like by that age, I'm gonna be out in that area.
Man, that's good. Do it.
And it's crazy to think that like that's 6 years. Like that's so much time, man. Like
it is.
It gets me like I get like so excited and like just so crazy when like I think about like the future. It's just like fuck, like shit's just gonna pop off. Like I just feel it, bro. Like, oh man, I get like crazy visions, bro. Like I've had like some crazy dreams where like I've met artists and like had like conversations with them. Like one that like I can like really remember is like I remember I met G-Eazy at a party.
Oh really?
And like I was just talking to G-Eazy and like we were just kind of like kicking it, and I don't know, we were vibing so hard, man. Like we were just cool, and me and G's, and like I remember like I asked him a question and he was about to give me advice, and then like I just woke up.
That's what happens.
Like always shit like that, man. I mean, like a bunch of people, bro. It's I don't know. Like I don't get starstruck that much. What ever.
What did you ask him about?
Honestly, I couldn't even like put like one word on it. But like I just know I was asking him questions. We were just vibing.
True. That's so funny.
It was just so chill.
G-Eazy. That's such an odd one to have pop into your head.
Yeah. Of all people, G-Eazy.
I had a dream once. I was with Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah. We were on we were on a rooftop of a building.
Okay.
In Brooklyn, and there was this weird hip hop beat that was playing, but it was like a mafia. Like you ever hear like Godfather, like old school mafia type music?
Yeah, okay.
It was like that, but it was a hip hop beat. And he was telling me about something, and that was it. And I woke up. Same thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like you'd be like, hey, but like, and then all of a sudden it's like you wake up.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's weird how dreams go, right? Mm-hmm. Man. So I don't know. It's been how long? It's been an hour and a half. Eh?
Wow. Time just bro, we just start talking sometimes and time just goes.
Yeah, it's good that way. I like it that way. As much as like I was telling you, I'm gonna start taking like a more structured route towards the interviews and everything. But I like just fucking talking sometimes.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? It's good. And plus, I like to give any kind of little exposure I can. So right now it's just the hood rat breed. Sorry. Hood Rat Breed, and then what was the other one that I have to follow?
Hood Rat Breed presents.
Hood Rat Breed presents.
You thought you knew.
Yeah.
You for you.
You for you is a big one because I really want to see what that is gonna be.
Yeah.
That's
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That's like the process. Whenever I think about it, people are like, "Oh, wait till like the 100th episode." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't wait because like I have no idea what it'll be. Like it might be something completely different." By then, like maybe Netflix has paid me a sum of money, and now the show's on Netflix.
Still on Netflix. We're on Netflix,
and now I'm only allowed to talk to like David Letterman and like famous people. They don't let me talk to the small people anymore.
I would never conform like that.
Right? I don't know if I'd want to do that. I think I'd want to still talk to smaller creatives, only because your process is still so fresh, and you're in charge of it all. And it's just evolving, and I think that's like the most important part of a process is the evolution of it all. And it's like you're so forced into that at like your stage, whereas when you're established, you're gonna have had
you have more leeway, and you're just kind of like
and you have more structure, and you're like, this is the way I've been doing it. This has been good for a while. Whereas now you're like, go with the flow. I'll do whatever, you know. And it's good to just keep that. So I'd like to still be around that energy. You know, instead of being around a bunch of people who are rigid. You know, hopes and dreams, right?
Hopes and dreams, yeah, for sure.
You for you.
You for you.
I guess we could wrap it up. I don't know. What do you want to? What else do you want to talk about? Like, I mean, you touched on psychedelics without me even pushing it. I usually always try to touch on psychedelics. I always touch on mushrooms and stuff because California is like. They're working on like legalizing it. Kind of. They're thinking about it, and like that would be great for the world. I think that would help a lot. So I like to have successful people and people who are so self-aware and like have a good head on their shoulders talk about the good experiences they had, because it's like just good promotion, you know.
Yo, I've actually had some bad ones too.
Like, everybody does, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you know how we were talking about Chuck C.
Yeah.
And like how I know those boys, like they'll have like their collective like sound beige.
Yeah.
So like I actually met these guys last year, like really met them. Like my one homegirl Cass, like she was like friends with them. She went to like school with them, like in St. Catharines.
Yeah.
So I grew up with them, and like they lived out in Saga, and like I don't know. So like my one friend, like she was tripping throughout the day, and like me and the girl that like I was talking with, we were just kind of chilling, and we're like, man, it's such a beautiful day. Oh, like we see her having a good time. You know what? Let's just do 25 hours. So we did it, and like we did it, and it was just like wow.
Yeah, you call it 25i.
Yeah, I know, because it's a different thing than acid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a different compound.
No, but that's so funny because I had it confused with there's a highway in the United States, the I-25.
Oh.
So I figured you're calling it the highway because you know I'm like
okay,
I'm like yo that's so
lit. I should have been doing it for that, but
I was like yo that's so sick that he calls it that.
No, it's actually the 25 by.
True.
Yeah, but yeah, so we did it during the day, and like I totally forgot that we're going to this party like to meet all these guys like later on that night, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like shit. So like we end up getting ready for the party, and like I just literally I think I had these sweatpants on and like another like my long sleeve like schoolboy Q shirt, and like that's about it. My hair's like a mess. I didn't even put a hat on. I should have. I looked beat, bro. I looked so beat. Show up to this party, and like we're like starting to come down, and but they're like doing like a music video shoot like that night. So like I'm like taking behind the scenes pictures like of the music video scene or whatever, and like everything is like so chill at first, like everything's cool, like everyone's like kicking it.
Yeah. And
then like I sit down because like there's no way I was gonna drink.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like I felt like dead. Like I was just so drained, and I was just like shit. I ended up facing this fat king size joint, bro. I just reefing it on the couch.
Just reefing.
Just reefing it on the couch, bro. I just fucking solo dodled. And like I was just chilling, bro, and I was just like, man, I got so like just meeched. I was so meeched, and like and like this is like the first time like these people are like ever like really like noticing me, right? And like my girl's like having a good time, like she's wild, like dancing, like she's enjoying herself. And I'm just kind of like sitting back, and like I know like two other guys there before because they came up to party with us before, like with my one friend Cass, like she lived on our floor.
True. And
so like they were there, and I was talking to them, but they're like, yo, like you're on acid, fam. Like I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah, like I'm you know what I mean? Like I'm dead right now, bro. I'm like like bro, that shit's like heavy. I'm like, yeah, I guess, sorry. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of chilling, like fuck, whatever. And so like everyone's just kind of like doing their thing, and like I'm noticing like every little thing that's going on at this party. Like I'm just so like aware, and like I could notice at one point that like some of the guys like just weren't fucking with me, right? Yeah. Like I'm just kind of geeked out on the fucking couch, just like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Looks so beat, bro. Like who the fuck? Whose man's is this, bro? Like who fucking waste you out here? I'm just like, fuck, oh, that one's gonna. But yeah, bro. Like I'm just kind of like sitting there, and like I end up talking to the one producer, like Jesse Tings.
Okay.
And like he's like the first one to kind of come over to me. He's like, yo, so like what's up, man? Like I'm Jesse, blah blah. We just started kind of talking. We started hitting it off, bro. Like this guy's like chill as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I just kind of like started like explaining like my vision, like my early vision.
Okay.
Of like what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And like he was explaining like his like side of shit, and like it was just like shit. So like me and him like kind of vibed, and like I could like feel the vibe like start to change, but like it hadn't got around to like everyone yet.
Okay.
So like I was basically like, sitting in the couch, and like he was here talking to me, but like before that, like I felt like hierarchy in the house.
Okay. Yeah.
So like basically we had like a wide set out here. I'm like by like the door, and then there's like a staircase like in that corner over there. Pretty much, it's like kind of like a triangle thing that comes up and then it goes up over, and like the guys are kind of like chilling there, and you can just like see it's just like power and like gang.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like this is like family. Like this is like this is squad right here. Just kind of chilling. Like you can just feel like loom in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just kind of like, what the fuck? Like, just kind of chilling there. Like, I could, like, man, I don't know if I was, like, hearing shit, but, like, if I was paranoid, like, I was definitely paranoid, but, like, I don't know. I was just, like, hearing shit, like, them talking about me. Like, I wasn't sure if they were actually talking about me or I was just hearing shit about me.
Man, that's like, what happened to you the last time.
Yeah, bro. I just started fucking geeking, bro.
Man, that's why I say you gotta do it in the right setting, man.
Yeah, like, man, I don't know why I did it that day. Literally, we just did it because it was a nice day out.
Like, if it's, and that's okay, but like if you're gonna be around a lot of people,
yeah, bro, I don't know why.
You just can't. It's just because too much will come to your mind. You'll think of too many things. For real, bros. Like, are these guys talking about me? Do they not want me here? Should I leave?
Bro,
I have to fight. I shouldn't have to fight. We're all one. But these guys hate me. And like you get all these weird thoughts, bro.
And then
much,
like,
man.
Everything's over. And like as we're leaving, like by this point, Jess already talked to the guys. After it was like, oh shit, true.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, trips like that happen. You got to take them in the proper setting, bro.
With grain of salt, everything, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. True. Like me, I usually take them. Anytime I take them, I'm usually around somebody I've known for like 15 years.
True.
For like a long time, you know, and then like it's just very easy to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But like anybody you met for the first time, it's like,
yeah, it's overwhelming, like, bro.
Way too much.
I'm kind of glad like that I've put myself in situations like that though, because it just like opens my mind to like different experiences. You know what I mean? Like in different like perspectives. So it's just like it sucks that I go through it sometimes, but like the perspectives that like that'll helps like with writing it. If anything, that's where like my creativity draws to. Everything that like I take in leads into writing, I should say then.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's what I was saying. Because like so much narrative comes.
Yeah, not really into like I don't really take that stuff and take it into my pictures. It goes more into like my writing.
True. That makes sense. Because it sounds like anytime you like describing something that you went through, it gets very visual. Like very visual, and then like I guess that correlates with the writing. That's really cool. So you're gonna write some movies. Eventually, you're gonna write some scripts. Could tell you got some shit in your head.
You know, I'm gonna dabble with some shit.
You've been riding on the I-25. You
Yeah.
know? Yo, that's so sick. I'm gonna call it that from now on. Like, yo, that I-25, dog. On that highway.
On that highway, bro. For real. That's so jokes.
Man, but yeah, it's there's never like bad trips. There's always difficult trips. Right, that just sounded like it was difficult, but then afterwards you were all good.
No, like so like I did shrooms like earlier on in this like first semester, like by myself. Like it was so weird. Like I always do like man, I'm fucked. Like my buddy, like he mentioned something about having shrooms, and it was like a Sunday, like early through the day, and like we're all just kind of chilling in the common room, and like I'm literally just like sitting there like bored, like looking up, and like I remember in my head like my buddy said that, and like I jump out of my seat, like. Walk over my bed, I'm like, yo, you have those shrooms? He's like, yeah. You want them? I'm like, yeah. I just kind of did them, and like, I don't know, it was just like so random I did it, and I was just like going to take a shower. I'm just like, all right. And I started thinking about what would happen if I had a bad trip. And then I just induced myself into having a bad trip, and like, man, I got so into my head. I was literally in my room, like half on my bed, like my like my top half was like laying, and like I was like standing but like in the bed.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I was like literally like laying there like wrapped up for like an hour and a half, man, just like in my head.
Yeah, it
got so fucking dark, bro. Like I don't know what the fuck was going on. I had like this big thing of cookies and like brownies like in my room, and I just took them out and like I walked to like the common room, and like I just like dropped it in there. Like I tried like chill there. I was just like, you guys can have these. And I just went back into my room, and I was bro, and like I got so into my head, and like I cried so hard. That's for sick. The first time in such a long time. I cried so hard.
That's so good.
And I felt so refreshed after the trip. Like I felt so shitty, but like so good. Like just like a huge like weight was just lifted off my shoulders. I don't know why, but I needed to cry so bad. Man. And I cried my heart out, bro. Like I just really cried.
Good. That's really I've had that exact same experience. Just straight up bawling.
Bro, it was good. Like I felt crazy afterwards. Like I mean, just so rejuvenated. It was just like shit.
Yeah.
I was like, whew, take a deep breath. Like, God damn, bro.
That's what they do to you, right? Like it's all in tears. Like, all right, I get it. That's really cool, man. That's a good experience to have. Because that's like a cleansing. It feels like the tears are like cleansing when stuff like that happens.
Man, actually, even like another like trip I could like point out. Like it was like just before like I was graduating high school, like maybe like a week or two before. Like the last couple weeks of school, I just didn't go. Like I literally just stayed home. Like I was 18, so like I could like call and like sign myself out.
Yeah.
So I just called for like a week and a half straight. I just didn't go to school.
Yeah.
And like I ended up getting acid the one day, and like I just dropped on myself and I recorded myself. And like I still have the recordings and stuff. Like I watched it for like the first time with one of my buddies. And like I was literally like talking to myself, like talking to like my future, like just talking to my conscious. And it's just like me giving myself like so much love and like motivation. It's like, yo, like
That's
it's
sick.
like, yo, like like I'm literally talking to myself like in the camera. It's like, yo, like I believe in you, Kevin. Like just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like this is like before I went off to school last year, like before like I got all this exposure, just like
before you started. Basically.
Yeah, just like really like a lot of like self reassurance. I was just like telling myself, it's like, yo, like I believe in you. You're like you're gonna be big one day. Like all this shit, just like going so in depth and just like
that's so nice.
Explaining how like I wish like I was better at writing and talking, so like I could like whatever like I'm thinking I could just put it down to show people, like, you know what I mean? I just want to show people like my view of the world. It's just like man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so good, man. Especially the motivating part, motivating yourself like that. That's sick. I remember I did like 14 grams once. And
shrooms.
Yeah. And I knew that it was gonna
That's
be
a
like,
hero trip, bro.
Yeah, it's way bad. Hero dose is like 5, so like I was just going deep.
A hero trip and a half.
Yeah. Basically. But I went real deep, but I knew it was gonna get really deep, so I made a recording of myself saying shit like that, like just talking to myself, saying,
"Bro, it's crazy, bro.
You're on the right path. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine." And it's so good.
It's so self-calming. Like when you like look back at it, it's just like, it's like I don't care if anyone else views me this way, because I view myself this way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it's just like you look at it, it's like, man, like I'm in a good place.
As I was saying it to myself, like nothing else mattered. It was cool. It was really cool. I was like, yo, this is sick. And I was just laying there in complete darkness, complete silence, just listening to myself, just saying, yo, you're doing good. Don't worry, man. You're going to make it. Don't worry. Everything's going to happen. It was so sick.
That's hype.
Yeah, because I have all this equipment. I'm like, yo, I'm going to use this shit. Let me just
might
make
as
a little
well,
audio track real quick. So I just made something of myself just talking, and fucking, it was so nice to hear.
Yo, I hate to ask, though. I really gotta piss.
Yeah, do your thing. I think we
really
should
gotta
wrap up, because like the lights are dying.
Alright.
Right? I don't know.
Good time.
You want to keep going?
I can come back.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your
I'll
thing.
be right back, bro.
I'll switch the battery.
Yeah, no worries.
So, this battery here is dying, so I'm gonna switch this. And the light over here is dark because this light's dying. Yeah, we're dying out here. I think I'm just gonna wrap it up. I think I'm just gonna let Kevin come back in, and then yeah, we're just gonna wrap up. But yeah, I'm gonna give these interviews a little more structure. But I like to drop these podcasts like ones. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to people for this long and then put the audio that's this long on iTunes. So you can just listen to it there. And then I think what I'll do is take this, like this video stuff, and I'll shorten it down to like 30 minutes and have it be like a real dissected look into like what the creative that I'm interviewing today has taught me. And I'll probably narrate it, do like a back and forth. I've tried to do that in the first few episodes. It's a little hard. It's going to take some more work, but I think shortening everything will make it a lot easier. So I'm going to work on that. So like we're at like hour and 40 minutes. I'm going to try and like take these talks down to like an hour. Bring them down to like 30 minutes and just go from there, kind of thing. Man, I'm just talking. But yeah, that's really cool with the mushrooms. Those trips are really really impactful. They really help you grow. It's sick to hear other people's experiences towards it. Me and my buddy are actually thinking of starting like a mushroom podcast.
Really?
Yeah, where we just sit and like we talk to people about their experiences.
Kind of like the Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, yeah, I mean, like when they are talking about psychedelics, but like we would like, I think we would stay like just in the vein of psychedelics. Like,
Okay.
I think we'd just stay there. Probably not, just because like once you have a bunch of people and they're talking, oh yeah, the lights are dying. Once you have a bunch of people and they're talking, it's hard to make them just stay on one topic, you know? So we'll probably do that. Oh, and both batteries are dying? Yeah, I think we gotta wrap it up, guys.